Welcome to the company M. We are happy to see you for a PMO interview. So we would like to ask you some questions, and the first one would be the following.
Well, I would like to know why do you choose to apply for a PMO position?
So a PMO is a kind of strategic role. It's allowed to be in charge of several projects, from the documentation to the implementation. So this function gets us also a possibility to have contact with project manager. So there is a kind of social part. And when we know like almost 90% of projects fail because of a problem of cost, quality or time, I think it's really gratifying to know that thanks to us, we will avoid this kind of problem.
Okay, all right, thank you. And we would like to know, to you, what is the difference between working at a PMO and in a project team?
Okay, so I think to be synthetic, PMO is more a global way to manage several projects in the same time, while a project team is focused on only one project but on a deeper way. So they are very distinct and tasks are different, and it's not really comparable for me.
All right, understood.
Well, I would like to know in a more deeply way, what would you say is the function of a PMO?
PMO has become very popular in the project-oriented organization, and they do a lot no more than just produce reports. So the PMO has to ensure that the decision has been taken by the right people and based on the right information. And also, it has to provide the information with a single source of the truth. It means it has to be realistic, and making it easy for project team to do their jobs by reducing bureaucracy and providing training and monitoring, and also the quality assurance. And finally, the PMO has to provide a function of the managing the documentation and project history and organizational knowledge. Okay.
Many thanks for this answer. Could you maybe give us some examples of how the PMO could benefit to the company and to projects?
Okay, as the first example is at Sun Life Financial American subsidiary, CIO Jim Smith says that his company's PMO was launched 5 years ago primarily to implement the discipline and the project management process required by the Y2K crisis. And the PMO relies on 3 metrics to determine its effectiveness: accuracy of cost estimate, accuracy of schedule estimate, and the project stakeholder satisfaction. By all measures, it is a success because from 2001 to 2002, those metrics improved 25%, 31% and 9% respectively. And the second example is at transportation companies Schneider National. A PMO provides the foundation for eventually doing portfolio management. According to Mark Mullins, Vice President of the Finance for IT, and at Oregon Health Science University, the CIO, Johnny Kanagan, launched a PMO to help his 350 members IT department to improve its project management acumen. Doing a large project takes a village of people, and they don't want to approach each project as if starting from scratch. It is the CIO says, so the PMO can certainly lead to reduce expenses and fewer projects, but the first motive for creating PMO is to deliver strategic IT project with more consistency and efficiency. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the answer. Now, we would like to know if you have any experiences in working in a PMO, and if you have, what have been the learnings of that?
So yes, we have a lot of experience about PMO. We had to manage the schedule of the team members as well as the budget allocated to our project. Ensure that the deadline is respected and that the budget made available for this project is not exceeded. So we learned from PMO both of these things.
Thank you. We are quite curious. What are your expectations of working at a PMO?
Okay, thank you. I think as a graduate student, the first expectation is that we can apply the knowledge and the theories and everything related to the courses to the future position job in PMO. So which definitely can help us to develop our skills and knowledge in the project management area. And the second expectation is about the team. I hope that by working in PMO, we can get to know some interesting or professional people, and we can exchange ideas and to create more values in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we have another question for you to ask. We would like to know, what do you consider to be the main objectives of a PMO?
According to me, I think the main objective of PMO is maybe to provide an efficient framework that supports all the project team and stakeholders to improve the probability of a good delivery. It's something really important, as you know, in a role of PMO. Also, maybe I think the PMO should increase the available budget, because it depends on all the projects, and develop the number of projects that is current in order to get a larger range of projects, of course. And I think it is important for the PMO to establish standardized project management processes, because this will in turn reduce the upfront cost and time to the initiate project. So yeah, I think that's all.
Thank you. Our last question for you would be, we'd like to know, according to you, how should a successful PMO look like?
Well, according to me, a successful PMO, it must have lots of like success factors. But in my opinion, the first important factor is to align project delivery with strategic business goals and priorities. Because without the clear goals and the priorities, we cannot execute the later work. And the second one is like to require that every project have an effective project manager and management. And the third one is like implementing an operate PM methodology. It is quite important too. And the third one is like consistent management and the oversight of the project portfolio. And the last but not least is, I think, is like obtaining and maintaining company leadership support. And I think these five like factors are really important. And I think this is a successful PMO. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. So the next step will be the following. We'll review each of your interview, and then we'll call each of you to tell you if you continue the recruitment process or not. The next step would be an assessment day during which you'll be gathered and speak with PMO experts, and this would be the next step. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. And we are Team O.